Welcome back to QuickBooks 101. In this lesson, we're going to discuss bookkeeping basics. Now, there are several things that we need to discuss when it comes to the bookkeeping basics. First of all, you need to know how to navigate to the right screens so that you can work quickly. So, if you're a new bookkeeper, new accountant, or new at a firm, once you get logged in, notice your left menu. You have your home key, which brings you here. You have reports, which is extremely important. This gives you the results. But when it's time to actually do the accounting and bookkeeping, this part of the accounting cycle is handled in the accounting tab here. So you can click on the accounting tab. And once this opens up, we'll take a look at some of the other options that you have inside. So you have your bank transaction. This is where all the work happens. Integration transactions. This is when you have things like apps connected like Square or Cash App or stuff like that. Receipts. There's functions inside of QuickBooks where you can use a mobile device like a tablet or phone to snap pictures of receipts, expense receipts, and they will automatically feed into the system. This is where you see those. This is the place where reconciliation happens. We'll talk about that in a much later lesson. Creating rules makes your work faster. We'll teach that in a different lesson. This is the chart of accounts where every category lives. Recurring transactions is self-explanatory. Anything that happens in a recurring basis. And my accountant, this is where a customer can see the accountants that have access to their account. So we're talking about bookkeeping basics. So we're going to stay up here in bank transactions. This is going to be 99% of where you spend your time working in QuickBooks. You come over and you can see we have several banks connected. So whatever one is highlighted, that's the one that you're working on. If I want to work on the business savings account, then I click here. And these transactions are the ones that belong to that account. If I want to work on the business checking account, I click here and I can see these transactions. Now, the fast way to understand is going to be these transactions are automatically feeding in because the bank account has been connected so that we have automatic transactions. QuickBooks is only looking at the data. We cannot control a customer's account. We cannot make transactions with that account. What we do is view the pluses and minuses, descriptions, and data that is coming over so that we can categorize it. I'm going to say that again. This is very simple. Don't overcomplicate this in your mind. What we're doing is categorizing the expenses. If we see money going out of the account, you see this is money spent, $1,200, a rental, we're categorizing it as equipment rental. If it was office supplies or if it was Office Depot, we would put office supplies there. We're categorizing the expenses. Now, the income, you do the same thing because every deposit to a business bank account is technically not income. Sometimes it could be an owner's equity investment, or it could be a refund of money spent on a business expense, or it could be a transfer from a different business account. So we'll jump deeper into it in the level 2 course, but this is the basics. You come here and you select your category. I'm going to go ahead and you see this one is a rental here. You have the equipment rental. I'm going to go ahead and put down that it was the vendor name is A1 Rental. So we're going to use them. Anytime you want to make sure you always use a vendor name. And this is how you add a vendor if it's not there. You click on a vendor to put it there, and that vendor's not there, it'll give you a window that'll pop up so that you can actually add that if you want. I'll go ahead and add that vendor, A1 Rental. The category is already selected for me, but I want to double check that. Okay, equipment rental. That looks good. It's the right amount. And I'm going to post it. It's done. That's your bookkeeping basics. Okay. Now, if you want to look at money received, income, let's just say we made a sale. Same thing applies. If I know for a fact that this is a sale, if I want to put down in here who the customer was that we received that money from, that's extremely important as well. Just like for every expense, you want to add the vendor name, because you can have some bad habits where you're not using the vendor names and the customer names, but your books will not be as clean. They'll be a lot cleaner this way. I'm going to go in here and say I received some money from, let's see, who's the customer. Let's just say Cheetah. Cheetah paid us. You select the customer name and you go ahead and receive this in, because we see this is money in. So which account is it going to be? Well, it's money in. So it's either sales income or services income. Now I don't see any. Oh, okay, wait a minute. Let me scroll back up. There we go. Here's some of my income accounts. Other income is the only one I see in here. Oh, there's some more income accounts. You keep scrolling, you'll see more. You can also add accounts. We'll talk about that more when we get to the chart of accounts. But for right now, I'm going to look to see if there's a sales income account or if we have a services income account. Now, the reason I'm doing this is because every single individual QuickBooks account is different. It's not a standard one size fits all situation. Each QuickBooks account can be tailored to the type of business that you're working on, which is why there's no standard services income or sales income. Those things have to be set up. And that's our job as QuickBooks users to do that. So I don't see, oh, there we go. Fees billed. That works. Fees billed, services income. It's just a matter of what you want to call it. Landscaping services, whatever type of business you're working on. Craig's Design and Landscaping. This is a landscaping business. I'm going to go ahead and do landscaping services. So it's landscaping services income, and it was paid by Gita. The date is correct. We're good to go. I'm going to post it. So that's your bookkeeping basics. There's a lot more into it. Of course, we're going to go a lot deeper in our level 2 course, but I need to speed you guys through to make sure you get a full picture of everything you can do inside of QuickBooks, at least a bite-sized piece, and run you through the entire thing. So in the next video, I'll see you on the other side.